So, I've been in Bukhara since yesterday afternoon. Got off the train at 3 o'clock. Got a van to drop me in the city centre for 50,000 som. And I had a look around most of these sites until I came back to the hotel. Then I'm gonna go look deeper because I don't have to leave tonight till 9 o'clock, which is good. Just all looks a bit rural here in Bukhara. All the buildings are quite old. So many guest houses right in the corner. Oh, actually, just block the say somebody lived here, so that's good. The first one teacher of Bukharan People's Republic lived in this house. See, the head west. So I just got my Tajikistan visa in my inbox today, and the sad thing is it's taken me 2 long weeks to get it and hardly much of an update. If I had just gone to the embassy in London many weeks ago, they could have stuck a visa in my passport just like that. Or if I had patience, I could have waited around Bishkek or Tashkent, gone to the embassy, got the sticker on my passport, and then be on my way to Dushanbe. But a week ago in Belgrade, they sent me an email asking me for more information. I made a hotel booking, that was about it. So they've given me the visa, but I'm on the wrong side of the country. To get to Dushanbe, you have to be in Samarkand or Tashkent. But matter of fact, there's actually a train that's running from Bukhara to Dushanbe today. And I mean, I could have taken it, but it's quite hard to book these tickets, if you don't live in Russia or you don't have these connections. And literally, as far as I'm aware, I only know of this one company that takes buses from Tashkent all the way to a northern town in Tajikistan. Now, I first came to Central Asia 6 years ago, and I only had a week to spend in Bishkek and Almaty. I didn't want to push into Uzbekistan, Tajikistan because of visa requirements and all. Now that Uzbekistan is visa free for me, which is good, but Tajikistan is really problematic. There was some mudslides in Dushanbe about a week ago, which a few people have been killed. But Tajikistan is an interesting country because if you travel on the Pamir Highway, you get to see it into Afghanistan. Fortunately, I have a plane ticket that leaves for Akhtar next week, and I gotta be on it because I gotta get out of this region and back to the Caucasus, to Georgia. I've given myself 2 weeks to look around this region, fair enough, but it always just seems to be expensive to fly into Dushanbe and all. I do remember that there is a flight from Germany to Tajikistan, and then again there's daily flights between all of what do you call it? They got flights to Dushanbe from all of Central Asia and India and all that. So I actually think I'll have to come back to Central Asia in a year's time and then just try to get to Tajikistan. But then, I mean, there are other countries I'd really want to go to that don't require so much visa hassles. I mean, Iraq is easy to get to, even if it's Kurdish or Arab. I always want to get to Egypt because of where my grandfather fought. My great uncle fought in World War II. But I guess, it might take me another 6 years to come back to Central Asia, like it has done But there are always going to be like delays in life. Like, I mean, I could have actually just gone back to Central Asia like last year, because I was in this really crappy job I hated for many years. And when I got my passport, I was like, well, that's it. I want to go to Uzbekistan. But then I thought, no, wait. I want to go to something that's got so many countries that blur each other. So that's why I choose South Africa. And plus, you know, I have to go back to the UK in a matter of weeks. I mean, I'm paying rent for the place I'm living in right now, which is not too expensive, but it just doesn't sound good to pay rent when you're not living there. Anyway, Metalhead, over now. Yeah, there's so many different places you could stay in, like walking distance from here. Then my hostel is like, what, 500 meters from where I am right now. Good walking distance. Yes. But you really want to like stay in this heart of Bukhara, even though it's a long way from the train station. So, going into the main part of the city where the big minaret is. I believe it must be from the 4th century. Yes, that's one of the main focus points of Bukhara. So right now, cooling off with a 3,000 some kiwi fruit ice cream. It's even got kiwi seeds in it. Makes it authentic. I was like, the thing is, it's like iced water on the outside with seeds and ice cream in the center. I had pulov yesterday, and I couldn't finish it all. One thing was I ate all my salad, which was lovely, very tasty and salty. And today, for breakfast, I had porridge as a starter, which was salty. And then I had some nice bits of egg and cheese and meat and bread. And just finished off with coffee. So that was good to get a free breakfast, rather than paying like prices around here. Another factor is, like, if you buy coffee anywhere in Uzbekistan, you're going to be paying like 15,000. But if you're smart like me, you could buy those sachets for 2,000, take them home, boil a kettle, and then you got coffee at home. You hear that? That's BG music being played in Uzbek style. Ah, the Bee Gees. Their album one not only was my first ever CD. And then I never saw Bear Gibb live or any of the other Bee Gees. I mean, I was like 18 when Morris started, and then a couple years before I moved to the UK, Robin died, and I've been to his grave. But wow, in Uzbekistan, I'm hearing Bee Gees music. Okay. Another. Man, just look at those arcs. How I've made it. Now, someone who was born in Australia and still carries good Australian values, always remember the world. Do the right thing. Put your rubbish in the bin. Don't let her. Hey. Sleep. Yeah, this is what everyone comes to see in Bukhara. The madras, the mosques, and this beautiful minaret. good. Battery. This is me at Bukhara Fire Station. It's nowhere near the city centre of Bukhara. It's like 15 kilometers out. No way you're gonna walk this, seriously. I just paid a driver basically double what I should pay. He didn't rip me off or anything, but just like, I told him I wanted to go to Bukhara Station because I got a train in Nukus. So he initially thought he was gonna drive me into Nukus. And I'm like, whoa. I'm going to Nukus by the train. I need to go up north by train. So literally just went back here. I thought, look, you don't want to trouble you. Your car's got some issues, so pay double. Don't feel like I got ripped off, but it doesn't really bother me as long as I'm here, as long as I'm gonna get my train. So that burger restaurant at the train station, just got myself a kebab and chips and cola. 33,000. Not too bad. That's £2-ish. Much cheaper than back home, I guess. I want to get me to drink this in this fancy hippie glass. Okay, so I'm on the night train, Bukhara to Kiva. It's basically the way it is, like apartments, full of beds. You'll hopefully see if there's any food on here. Travel on the deserts. Uzbekistan, heading up to Nukus. A couple of minutes time. Yep, that's my alarm to warn me like to get up. Because maybe Nukus is in the line. Maybe this train continues on to Kazakhstan today. Even though I don't really have to choose Kazakhstan tour tomorrow. Well, just after 7:10 in the morning, I've left this train station. I'm in Nukus. This is like my last city in Uzbekistan. I'm visiting before I go on to Kazakhstan in a few days' time. At least the train station isn't a fair walk from where my hotel is. As a matter of fact, when I get off in Kazakhstan in a few days' time, there's actually a hotel next to the train station. So it'll be quite handy for me when I've got a whole 24 hours to kill waiting for my next train up north. I mean, it's just a shame I didn't get my Russian visa. It's not that it's complicated, but it is time consuming. It's like 10 business days to take. I mean, you could pay a bit more money and get it done quicker, but I like doing things the slow way. Like 7 years ago in Sydney, Australia, I applied for my Russian tourist visa. It took 10 working days to get, and I did that in October 2016, and I left for Russia in November that year. Hey, check out how cool the walking man is on the traffic lights. So in the northern part of Uzbekistan, they have like a separate autonomous republic. It's called like Autonomous Republic of Pakistan, like that. I don't understand why they add the word Pakistan as the title. It's got nothing to do with the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. But then again, it still ends in Stan, so that's quite a good thing. It has its own, government, its own flag, and its own set of rules. But it's quite nice that it's not restricted to visit, because in Tajikistan they got another autonomous zone and you need a permit to visit there. So thank God I don't need a permit to come here. I'm only going to be here for about less than 48 hours, because this is my last major town I see in Uzbekistan before I leave. I train and go back to Kazakhstan. So I booked a private room for the next 2 nights in Nukus. Comes to a total of $16 on booking.com, but then I want to take my $20 notes. even if I do or do not have correct change. They basically say pay in local currency, which, okay, seems fair enough. We are in Uzbekistan. They use the Uzbek som. I mean, US dollars can be used to like buy expensive things like tours, but I have not seen any exchange officers at all in my current trip. I mean, sure, I might have seen a few of them at the train station, but you don't have independent people putting signs up saying money exchange, dollars, euros, ruble, whatever. So literally, I just took out 500,000 to pay for accommodation, and so I could buy food for the next couple of days. Because I'm on the train for a whole day on the weekend, going to Kazakhstan, so I'm sure I'll sort the remaining som for tenge, and I'll be able to, get a room for the night at this little town in Kazakhstan before I go on to Hey, that's the first main thing I've seen today in Nukus. That's my main attraction. A lot of people would think I'm silly for skipping at Kiva, but it just seems like everywhere along the Silk Road has the same things, like mosques with hand-printed ceramic tiles. It's... what can I say? It just seems to be like a bit repetitive and all, but I mean, I guess that's how they style their mosques in this part of the world.